The next one, number 2, right? You must master implied probability when you're betting on MMA. So a lot of people will use implied probability, right? Implied percentage. But not many people ever master it. And you'll never be able to fully master it, but you can get to a very, very high level, right? And people just don't usually reach that level. They use it, but they don't understand how to actually apply it. Now, obviously, this isn't just an MMA betting principle. This is a sports betting principle in general. But it's very important to understand what implied probability is and how to use it. What implied probability is, for everybody that doesn't know, is when you have a fight, there's odds attached to each fighter, right? Someone's the underdog, someone's the favorite, unless it's a pick'em. And behind those odds is the implied probability of if the fighter will win or not and how much percentage they account to that odds range. So how likely is a fighter to win? Basically, how much percentage does that fighter have to win? Every odd set tells a story. So for example, 50% or plus 100 is akin to 50%. If you have a minus 400 favorite, that means the implied probability behind the minus 400 is 80%, meaning that the fighter is supposed to win 80% of the time. So you have to become very familiar with the odds and how much they represent. I know off the top of my head that minus 400 represents 80% because I've been betting for a long time. I know off the top of my head that plus 100 is 50%. I know off the top of my head that minus 233 is 70%, right? So I know off the top of my head exactly what these odds represent in implied probability, and you should too. If you don't know off the top of your head, you need to get used to it, right? So all you need to do is get a sheet, just like this. I didn't learn by, oh shit, I can't show you that, stuck on the wall. But basically what you want to do is you write down every single odds like this, and you write how much the implied probability is next to it, and you just want to familiarize yourself with it. Yes, you can use odds calculator on your phone, but it's just better if you can do it off the top of your head. It's just easier, makes things simple, right? You don't have to pull out your phone every 2 seconds. Now, when you have the odds range, when you have the odds, you find out what the implied probability is, and then you want to determine whether it's correct or not. So does a minus 400 favorite actually have 80% chance of winning? And if you determine yes, if you determine no, that's going to determine your bet, right? You always want to be placing bets with plus EV. You've heard that before. Plus expected value, positive expected value. The only way to do that is by mastering, knowing implied probability, right? So I'm not going to bore you to death about implied probability. You can Google it and Google how to find out how to do it. But basically, you have to master it. If you master implied probability, you are 50% of the way to becoming a profitable gambler. The only thing you need to do is place plus EV bets and understand the mindset and sports betting principles behind it, right? You need to know how to cap a fight, and then you need to know how to bet on sports. So 50% of the game is literally implied probability. So you better know how to use it.